What's up, guys? Welcome to the Quench Your Adventure YouTube channel. So, am I really telling you not to visit Arches National Park? No, I'm not saying that. It's an amazing park, but what I am saying is that Moab, Utah is full of amazing places. So you don't have to go to Arches to have a good time. Even if you've never been there, there are a ton of other locations where you can see similar landscapes and avoid the crowds. I mean, Arches sees 1.5 million visitors every year. So unless you're strategic about it, if you want to avoid waiting in line or for a parking spot, that's why you're watching this video. Write down some of these locations, save them in Google Maps, whatever. Point being, get out, see some lesser known places, and hopefully that will help us to spread out a little bit more. All right, let's get into it.
We're Jenna and Jeremy.
In August 2020, we bought an RV.
In September 2020, we sold everything and hit the road full time.
Follow our adventures as we explore more of our incredible planet Earth.
Don't forget to press that subscribe button and turn on post notifications for weekly travel videos.
You can find us on Instagram at Quench Your Adventure. Now on to
the good stuff.
Before we made it to Utah, we spent a month next door in Colorado. The Colorado National Monument is less than 2 hours from Moab, and it's worth mentioning here because it's a great place to explore that sees a quarter of the visitors that Arches does, with landscapes that are on par. You can take the 23-mile Rimrock Drive through the park and through 3 tunnels with clearance of only around 10.5 feet near the edges, so careful in those big rigs. We had a rental car at the time, so that helped out quite a bit. From the road or any of the 14 hiking trails, you might see some wildlife, so keep your eyes sharp. If you're flying for this vacation, there's also a chance you'd fly into Grand Junction because there's only a very tiny airport in Moab. Heading towards Moab, we highly recommend taking the scenic route that goes south on 128 along the Colorado River. We were going to hike around Fisher Towers, but ended up finding and successfully returning a lost drone. Although we didn't end up hiking here, the drive itself was great and we got to explore the epic landscape from the drone's perspective. After that, we stopped for a quick swim in the river and then continued our drive into Moab. Thanks to our Harvest Host membership, we parked the RV overnight for free at an excavation business just south of town. After work that day, it was time for a big adventure, a sunset UTV tour. UTVs are extremely popular here in Moab because they're such a great vehicle to get out and explore these unique landscapes. If you want to check out the full-length video of that experience, click the link in the top right. If you're into mountain biking, you can have an absolute blast in the Moab area. I took a shuttle all the way up into the La Salle Mountains to ride the whole Enchilada Trail. This world-famous trail is nearly 27 miles of rugged terrain and some unique landscapes. You'll ride along the Porcupine Rim and drop almost 8,000 feet in elevation before making it down to the Colorado River and back into Moab. This was Memorial Day weekend and it got really hot. So after that long ride, in an effort to cool down, we found the Mill Creek area and went for a swim. All right, guys, time to find some natural arches without going to Arches National Park. Head southwest on 279 along the Colorado River towards Corona Arch. This is a really nice moderate hike that crosses some train tracks, has a bit of climbing, a lot of hiking on nice slick rock, and leads to a couple beautiful arches. Definitely recommend. Afterwards, in an effort to cool down in some more water, we walked over to the Gold Bar Group Campground and found a really, really nice place to swim and hang out. Just driving this road is awesome and totally worth your time, but as you can see, there's a bunch to do, and I'm just barely scratching the surface here. There are plenty more trails, a lot more arches, and we stopped at the Wall Street climbing area to do some rock climbing on the way out. The last place I want to mention is Dead Horse Point State Park. Now, this park has grown a ton in popularity and saw over 1 million visitors in the last year. We went pretty early in the morning, didn't have any trouble parking, and there were plenty of people out on the trails, but nothing like hiking Delicate Arch in Arches National Park. All right, guys, that wraps this one up. Again, I'm not telling you not to go to Arches. We still went for a sunset hike at Delicate Arch. What I'm saying, though, is there are a ton of other places to recreate in the area that don't see as many people. And I still left out a bunch. So if you guys have been to this area, feel free to throw those places out in the comments. We would have stuck around and continued to explore, but staying in the RV and not wanting to pay for hookups, it was brutally hot here in the end of May, so we hit the road to head a little further west and try to find some less harsh temperatures. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like the video, support the channel with a subscription, and we hope you'll stay tuned for more travel videos.